Gametime. You got one shot at a gold mine. It's showtime.
Luka Doncic scored 25 of his 29 points in the first half. He and Kyrie combined to put 50 on the board. And Derek Lively, the rookie, back-to-back double-doubles, youngest player in finals history to do that. 11 points and 12 rebounds. Mavs stay alive with the third largest win in NBA Finals history. They win by 38 points. It's the first time in this series that they scored over 100, and they put 122 on the board, holding the Boston Celtics to just 84 points. Welcome to Game Time at the Finals, presented by YouTube TV. You know our legends, Charles Barkley, Steve Smith, Grant Hill. I'm that other guy, Chris Miles. And before this game, we talked about what we needed to see from Dallas in the first quarter, and all you guys said that would determine how this game would be played. So what did you notice and how it started?
Well, we weren't even worried about the Mavs. We were talking about the Celtics. We said if the Celtics come out just jacking up jumpers, going through the motion, Dallas has a chance. And once they got their momentum going, number one, I'm not going to give any diss to the Mavs. Congratulations, good win. That was embarrassing by the Celtics. Like, they actually thought the Mavs were going to quit. They came out nonchalant, lackadaisical. And me and Steve said, we said, if Jalen and Jayson are going downhill, I think the first quarter they shot like 12 threes out of like their first 15 to 20 shots. And they missed them, and then Luka got going, Kyrie got going, but also all the Mavs role players. But if you're the Celtics, and obviously I still feel very good about them winning the series, but that was so unprofessional the way they played that game tonight.
All right, so Kyrie Irving is coming over. He's going to speak to us, so we're going to effort hearing from Kyrie Irving. And one thing we did see from the onset, it was something that everyone talked about after that loss in Game 3, was Luka Doncic and his defense. Luka Doncic and his communication with the referees. The brotherhood showing some love, Kyrie and Grant Hill, of course. And from the beginning of the game, we got to give Luka Doncic credit and how he approached it defensively, and also not having those kind of interactions with the refs. So Kyrie Irving is here now. He's ready to go.
Dang,
and Kyrie,
I feel underdressed.
Hey, you played well, though. You can dress how you want to.
So, Kyrie, listen, after Game 3, right, you scored 35 points. We saw you in the tunnel, had your head held up high, had a positive attitude. Tell us about your mindset after that loss in Game 3.
Man, it was tough because I felt like I left it all out there on the floor, and we had a chance down the stretch. We came back from 21. I said in the media the other day, we could have quit. We could have quit. We could have laid down, and I think you guys have seen that from other teams in the playoffs or in the finals, just give up like that or let go of the ring. And we just wanted to continue playing hard for one another and extend our season. It was a tough game, but we had to come and respond, and I felt like we did a great job doing it on the defensive end first, and then offensively we were carrying the load.
You know, unfortunately, in our TV business, we have to blame somebody instead of giving other people credit. Have you been surprised the last 48 hours, like, all of a sudden, Luka's the reason y'all losing, y'all down 3-0. I mean, it's frustrating for us as players. Like, he's one of the main reasons. You and him, the main two reasons that you guys are actually in the finals. But nobody said anything about Gafford, Lively. They've said, it was like, well, Kyrie and Luka hadn't played well.
Yeah.
Is that frustrating at times? Because it's frustrating for me as a player.
Yeah, it can be frustrating, but I have a healthy relationship with social media now, just media in general. So, yesterday I was just telling the guys as best I can, just stay off social media. It's not cool. It's not okay to just let other people's opinions get into our locker room, and I feel like in my past I've allowed that to happen, and that leads to those second thoughts, those second-guessing thoughts, and you don't want that as a player coming out here. You want to play free, you want to play composed, so I felt like we responded not just to any critics but to ourselves, and we wanted to play well, and we felt like we could get at least one against the team to start the trend, to at least go up for it for the rest of the series, man. It was tough.
And Kyrie, in the previous series, you guys, it seemed like you had the force on defense. Like you guys were the aggressors. Didn't see that as much in the last few games, games 2 and games 3.
Yeah.
But the force, sort of taking it to them on the defensive end, and then the pace. seemed like you guys early on got out a little bit. You weren't walking the ball up. Was that sort of by design to try to speed the game up a little bit early, get yourselves going on the offensive end?
Absolutely, absolutely. For the last 48 hours, I've just been watching a lot of film on the Celtics this past year, and also in the finals when they played against the Warriors, and also previous finals, against Miami Heat. Just watching some of their trends, even though they have different players, some of their players are still on the team that have built that consistency, built that reserve. So I had to figure out a way to attack them to get them to play on their heels a little bit more. Once we started off the game, we got the first stop against Jayson. We felt like we were in a good trend, good position for the rest of the game to at least show our identity. And for the past, 4 or 5 months, we've made our identity on the defensive end, and we play better offensively when we're getting stops.
Kyrie, you said it. Obviously, you got a chance to watch all the tape now these first 4 games. Going back to Boston, out of all the things you saw, we know so much of basketball. What's the one thing you guys got to do in Boston to bring it back to Dallas?
We have to play with a sense of desperation, very smart sense of desperation. We don't want to go out there and just throw the ball around the place, but we want to attack their weak points and continue to be efficient in the paint area. I think you saw a difference tonight where we got into the paint early. They have some shot blockers in there, but their main shot blocker's not in there with KP being there. So we got to take advantage of that. And when they're playing us one-on-one, we got to take that challenge as well.
It was 8 years ago that you were part of a team that came back from being down 3-1 in the finals, and it's something that's part of your resume. This team, do you feel like they're resilient and could be the first team in NBA playoff history to come back from a 3-0 deficit?
I mean, we have no choice now but to look forward to that, to make it history. That's what the nature of this business is. You get a small amount of games, a small sample size, but I think what you saw in the beginning of the game was our energy being very high, everybody being very poised, very lax into the moment, but taking it to their defender. And we saw a little ish talking too that we needed in this series just to get our guys going. Not everybody's just going to be a laid-back competitor out here. We need some of our guys that are coming in to help me and Luka to be able to bring that energy and bring the force to them.
I asked you this question about Duke because you're one of the great Duke players. I told you got Mike Jaminski up there. You got Christian Laettner. You got Bobby Hurley. You got Gene Banks. You got yourself. What do you think you feel in the hierarchy of great Duke players? Well, I forgot Zion too. My bad.
I'll say he's on the Mount
Jayson
Rushmore.
Tatum.
He's on the Mount Rushmore.
I forgot about Jayson Tatum. I mean.
Why are you doing this now?
I'm just asking.
Why are you doing this now, man?
Hey, it's Grant.
The media tries to divide and
conquer.
I'm just saying.
Not going to do this.
Is Grant in the top 10?
Yes, he's in.
Is he in the top 10?
Yes. If not 2-1. If not 2-1. That's G Hill right there. Stop.
Me and Steve, he was number 9.
Oh my God.
All right, Kyrie Irving, we have to let you go. We appreciate your time as always. Thanks for stopping by, my friend. All right, Kyrie. Joe Mazzulla, head coach of the Boston Celtics, is at the podium.
We'll take questions for Coach. First question here in the front row on 1.
Hey, Joe. Arash Madani from Sportsnet.
How you doing?
Great. We often hear from coaches that sometimes after a night like this, they just burn the tape, so to speak. Can't really get anything from it, on to the next one. What's your thought on this? Is there something you can gain from this, or is it just fully flush it and go?
I mean, you could definitely take some things from it. But at the same time, I thought Dallas played great. Give a lot of credit to them. All of their guys, whoever went in, well balanced. Thought they played with a ton of energy and physicality. And you got to give them that. And they're a great team, and that's the Dallas. That's the reason why they're here is when they play like that. So, but you can definitely take some stuff from it.
Dan, second row in the center.
Dan Devine, Yahoo Sports. Coach, 26 points in the paint, I believe, is a season low for you guys. 3 for 16 on non-rim paint shots. What did you see from the process in terms of getting into the paint, the finishing there? What was sort of giving you guys a problem with that tonight?
They did a great job flying around, making us indecision on whether to shoot it, drive it, and then there were multiple efforts. And thought their 5 men did a great job protecting the paint. And every time we went in for a layup, they had multiple guys contesting. So I thought they just did a great job flying around on defensive end.
Gary, fourth row.
Yeah, Joe, Gary Washington, Boston Globe. Joe, was effort an issue at all? And when did you see that you guys just didn't have it? Because it seemed like no one across the board played well.
I mean, I don't know. Always in situations like this, it always goes back to us. But you got to give Dallas credit. They played well. They played really, really well. And that's the reason why that they're in this is because when they play like that. So I thought they just outplayed us.
Jared on the right.
Jared Weiss, The Athletic. We've talked a lot about the metaphor of like the chokehold in UFC fighting and trying to make sure that you finish the submission. Now that you guys were literally in that position, like actual title on the line, chance to finish it out, it didn't work. Why do you think all that preparation didn't work in this moment, and how did you guys try to work through going back to your principles there?
Yeah, I mean, I think just preparation doesn't guarantee an automatic success, and so I thought we had a great process. I thought we had a great shoot around. I thought we had a great film session yesterday. I thought the guys came out with the right intentions, and I just didn't think it went our way, and I thought Dallas outplayed us. I thought they just played